A medical crisis may change your body, but not your goals.
Horrible tragedy. It kind of happened to a great young girl, my daughter. Athletic, active in about everything you could think of.
I did not know what was going on. I woke up in the ICU with my arm just all bandaged up. I wasn't sure what was going on.
I can't even describe how hard that is. You don't want your kids to go through anything like that, to ever be hurting.
After I found out that I had to have my hand amputated, my biggest concern was playing basketball. Basketball was my life, and once they said, you're not going to be able to play basketball, I thought they were crazy. I'm like, no, I'm going to play. I was determined to get back on that court. When I was at softball practice, I started noticing some weird symptoms. And then a couple months later, in the middle of the summer, I was swimming in the pool, and I noticed that my hand was starting to cramp and get really tight and hurt really bad. And that's when it all began. So I went to the doctor, and she said that there was no circulation. And so that day, they were like, okay, we're going to have to admit you to the hospital. So then they decided that it was too severe for them and they couldn't fix it, and that I needed to be airlifted to Henry Ford. I was there in the hospital for 3 weeks and went through 10 surgeries. The doctors had done all that they could. And finally, when they said, we're going to have to amputate, I was like, finally, get this pain away from me. That was the most excruciating pain I've ever been in my entire life.
It wasn't just her hand, her whole body was a mess. Her forearms and her stomach and her leg. It was just a healing process there. And then it was, okay, now let's slowly start trying to get back to some normalcy. And that's where Michigan Virtual High School started helping. And so we set that up that Carly could begin doing some of this at home, begin the process.
Because I wasn't able to go back to school right away, and I needed to stay intact with my school education in order for me to graduate. And so having MVS there and having the opportunity to take online classes at home while recovering helped me graduate on time with my senior class. And so that was really helpful, not having to go to class and be exhausted and trying to recover from all these surgeries, but allowing me to just do the online learning at a different time, whenever I needed to.
And so it was so perfect to just transition that process of getting back in school. It was perfect for her situation and where we were at the time.
I learned not to take little things for granted, like tying your shoes and put your hair up in a ponytail and being able to go play sports. That I couldn't do those things because I lost my hand. But now that I was determined to get back on the basketball court and not let it get me down and get depressed and cry about it and just, I'm not going to get my hand back, so why should I sit and cry about it? So I learned to always have a positive attitude in life. The second game I got in after losing my hand, I scored 6 points. And that was the best feeling in the world, to make that layup, left-handed, one-handed, whatever. It was just amazing. And the rest of the season, I played in every single game, and I was rewarded with all-conference honorable mention.
People have setbacks, but this setback is so much different. So you see those things or it's somebody else, and then it hits home, and it's so real. Because it's truly, how do I really respond now? You know what I mean? You can help others or encourage someone, but when it's truly happening to you, it's really where the rubber meets the road. And that was tough, and I think she's met it with flying colors.
Online courses with the Michigan Virtual School. Changing education, changing lives.